Knicks, because you're on the East Coast, you're in New York. They just hired Mike Brown. What do you think about this signing? You know, of course, they got rid of Thibodeau. Some people thought it was kind of crazy because it was very, you made the Eastern Conference Finals and first time, and, you know, God knows how long, and that whole situation there with, you know, playing the starters so many minutes. So what do you think about this hiring of Mike Brown?
I know Tibbs was going to be out the door if they didn't make the finals. That was going to happen.
Sadly.
The writings was on the wall about not using the bench, not making adjustments in that last series against the Pacers. That was going to happen. The hire of Mike Brown, I'm happy Mike Brown has another, you know, head coaching job. He was with the Warriors as an assistant. He then went to the Kings where he turned things around. So I think the change of pace in New York will be a good thing. But this city has high expectations. You know, Mike Brown was a champion with the Warriors. So he comes with that pedigree. He's won before, not as the lead coach, but as the assistant. But he was a big part getting that Warriors defense together and even that offense together. So I think he can do the same here in New York. But again, right now, this is win or go home mode. This is not the Knicks of 2007 or 2008. These are the New York Knicks of the 90s, right? Where you're expected to win and compete at a high level. So Mike Brown has to come in and pick up where Tibbs left off, because if you don't at least make it back to the Eastern Conference Finals, you could have kept Tibbs for all of that. So I like the hire, but you know, right now you got a point to prove. You have a good roster. Maybe you're one or two pieces away. I don't think they're really a championship team. I think they need to acquire some more pieces, but we'll see what he does.
I agree with you there. I think my biggest thing with the Mike Brown signing is how is he going to be able to manage these players' egos, putting these guys on the court, a whole new system, a different team. The East Coast with the Knicks is a different breed between the Warriors and the Kings. Those games are super late. You're not catching all of them. They're not as televised. I mean, the Warriors, of course, were always televised with Curry, but the Garden is a different place. That's why players play to a whole different level and high expectation when they go play there. You've seen LeBron there in the Garden. You've seen Curry come there, players Durant. So Mike Brown, this is a different animal. It's either, like you said, sink or swim. It's either he's going to get eaten alive or he's gonna flourish. And that's the biggest thing with him, because he's been around championship teams. He's been around LeBron, of course, the Kings. He got that team to the did they beat the Warriors in that first round?
They beat the Warriors in the play-in, but then they lost in the first round in 7 games. Went to game 7.
That's right. Because that was the Draymond Green Sabonis where he kind of when he kicked him in the groin. I remember that. Yeah. So Mike Brown, I think he's a good coach. Is he a better coach than Tom Thibodeau? They're two different style of coaches, but I just really want to see how he's going to manage these players with their minutes, because that was the biggest concern that everyone had last year, watching them with Josh Hart, with Karl-Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby. And if this team doesn't work out this year, I think then they're going to be trading people after the next season, because they were already rumored to trade Towns. They didn't. They were linked to potentially get Kevin Durant, but that didn't work out. And also, too, another thing, it's going to be interesting how he manages the Rick Brunson situation, because I just saw it came out that Rick Brunson is going to be taking a back seat, and he won't have as much as a big a role as he had in the past, with Mike Brown bringing in his own staff, and he's a respected coach, so he deserves to. Rick Brunson can take a back seat. He hasn't done anything in the NBA. He hasn't won anything as a coach, so he can 100% take a back seat. So that's how I feel about it.
It's going to be a lot to manage, right? Whenever you're in New York, like I said, the expectations are high. But like you said, he's coached Stephen Curry. He's coached LeBron James. The names don't get any bigger than that.
No.
There's no name walking in the Garden bigger than LeBron or Steph Curry. So if he's been around that kind of media circus, I think he'll be able to handle it.